Often, sexual attraction or lust is viewed as just physical in nature, a primal urge that is inherent to the human condition. We won't bore you with the evolutionary explanation on humans and sex. This isn't National Geographic. But the truth is, it's not purely physical. Our sexual desires can reveal deeper insight into our own unique psychology and personality. So understanding and reflecting on our sexual preferences can be a useful tool for self-discovery and even growth. At Psych2Go, our mission is to destigmatize topics around sex to empower and educate our audience. With that being said, let's dive into what our sexual desires and preferences can reveal about us. BDSM. It's 2025, so we'll spare you the dated 50 Shades of Grey jokes, but having a fetish or kink for BDSM can definitely tell an interesting story about who we are. BDSM, the acronym for bondage and discipline, and sadism and masochism, is characterized by a power exchange dynamic during sex where one person plays the submissive role and the other plays the dominant role. It's a well-known and popular type of sex kink. So much so that in one study, over 74% of respondents chose BDSM as their favorite fetish. With that being said, a preference for dominance over submission or vice versa can provide much deeper insight beyond just what we like in the bedroom. Preferring the submissive role in BDSM exchange can indicate a deep desire for emotional release and loss of control, sometimes to even relieve stress and pressure. You'd be surprised, but sometimes it's those in higher power and stressful positions of authority that crave being dominated in the bedroom. According to social psychologist Dr. Justin LaMiller, those who prefer to be dominated in the bedroom often have anxiety around sex and would rather have someone else assume the dominant role to take the pressure off them. Submission in the bedroom can be an indication of needing to feel intensely vulnerable and desired during sex, which can often be associated with an anxious attachment style. Conversely, those who prefer the dominant role in the bedroom may be craving a sense of control due to feeling powerless in other areas of their lives, such as work or school, and could be trying to compensate for that in the bedroom. However, that's not always the case, and there are many complex reasons why a person would prefer sexual dominance over submission. In a BDSM study published by the Journal of Sexual Medicine, the dominants had higher subjective well-being and lower rejection sensitivity compared to the submissives and a control group of people drawn from the general population. Another study on BDSM and personality traits also suggested that participants who preferred the dominant role scored lower in agreeableness and neuroticism compared to submissive participants and the general population. Foot fetish? Feeling sexually aroused by feet may seem really taboo and deviant, but it's a lot more common than you think. While conducting research for his book, Dr. Justin LaMiller conducted surveys on more than 4,000 people about their sexual fantasies and desires, including those pertaining to feet. The surveys found that 1 in 7 people, or 14%, report having a foot fetish or sexual fantasy related to feet. So what does having a strong preference for feet in the bedroom reveal about someone? Well, just like BDSM, feet can symbolize either submission or dominance, which triggers arousal. For example, someone may feel aroused when their feet are being kissed or played with because it makes them feel like they're being worshipped and can provide a sense of power over the other person who's initiating the act. It can also give insight about our attachment style. A person with a more anxious, preoccupied attachment style may find comfort in focusing on a partner's feet as a way of showing devotion or closeness. Whereas a person with an avoidant attachment style might focus on feet because it offers a feeling of intimacy without feeling overwhelmed by eye contact or overtly sexual acts. It's also important to understand that just because someone has been aroused by feet or fantasized about feet before doesn't necessarily mean that they have a full-blown foot fetish. And even if someone does have a sexual fetish, as Dr. LaMiller puts it, fetishes don't mean you have a mental problem or that you're unable to establish healthy sexual or romantic relationships. Roleplay or cosplay. If you're a fan of cosplay or roleplay in the bedroom, then this might indicate that you're seeking a form of escape or distraction from your regular day-to-day life. According to clinical psychologist Dr. Joshua Klapow, roleplay is simply an opportunity to escape our own reality. By labeling it formally, we're permitted to act, speak, feel, and think in a way that may be dramatically different from our true selves. There are various reasons why a person might choose to escape their reality by engaging in roleplay, such as needing a break from extreme stress or anxiety, or even an escape from boredom. As long as it doesn't interfere with important aspects of your life, using roleplay as an escape mechanism can be healthy and a great way to spice things up in the bedroom. Just remember that respect and consent are necessary when engaging in any type of sexual activity. So never feel obligated to do something you aren't comfortable with. So, what do you think your sexual desires are trying to tell you about yourself? Do you agree with the insights from our video? We truly appreciate your support, and as always, stay kind and have a wonderful